I feel the Spirit moving in me. I feel the Spirit moving in me.
You know, many of you might remember when Eman'on was here a couple of years ago. He helped us get our video thing set up, and we used to have a table back here with a camera on it, and it was kind of fun because every Sunday before and after the service, he'd hold court back there, and and he was kind of a one-man show, providing love and laughter and inspiration for all of us. And he's an author of this book, a soul-stirring book that's called Identically Different. It's and you'll see how it fits in a couple minutes. It's a poetic, powerful reflection on the dance of paradox, of purpose, and of presence. And reminds us that we're not here just to fit in, right? We're here to wake up. And how to trust this life cycle, how to tune into our intuition so that we can be present in every moment and be the best version of ourselves. So he's here today to talk about intuition, how to hear it, how to trust it, and most importantly, how to live by it, even when the world says otherwise. So let's welcome a true traveler of the inner path, the author, the teacher, the modern mystic, Eman'on Wanderer.
All right, love you. All right. I think I just got another new name, Modern Mystic. So now I got to go through the name change again. And Reverend Blaine, this is your book. I signed. Yes, I'm giving it to you. Yes, literally your book. It's yours. No, it's funny because hi everybody. I like to I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just flowing with it. But it's interesting because where the lovely Marlene is sitting there, where I used to do the video and all that stuff. I remember it was 2021. It was 2021. We were going into 2022. Right. It was New Year's Eve. We had this service here. And Reverend Blaine has just always been amazing with his talks and everything. And so I remember him saying, we're going to go into a time of meditation and we're going to just put out there what you want to come into the new year. And I thought, okay, cool. A time for me to shut the camera down. I don't have to work. I could just, But in that moment, the name Eman'on was revealed to me. I moved here, and it's funny because I read in August 20th, 2021, I sent Reverend Blaine an email letting him know that I'll be coming to Maui. And the gist of the email was like, hey, man, may I please serve here? That was it. It was just like, I just need to be here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have nowhere to live, no job yet. But I know that if I can find a place in a home church, where I can serve, where I can allow my intuitive gifts to just be, to allow them to show up, that everything else will be taken care of. And so I sent him that email. That was 4 years ago, which was like 4 days ago, because it's the 24th. Interesting how that happens. And so my whole point is, when I was back there, I remember just getting very still and just listening to the music and just being in the presence of spirit and just heard, like, literally, your name will be Eman'on, Fearless Wanderer. And I was like, who said that? But then it was like, it was such a, I started sweating too, so I don't got a towel. Where the rag at? I ain't got no towel. A blot. I need a blot. No, I'm just joking. What What are you pointing at? Clean. Oh, that gets stuck to my face, brother. That ain't gonna work. This is so fun. I forget how just like at home I feel here. You know, I forget that I'm supposed to be serious and talk to you all about, you know, living a good life and all that. But man, this is just it's a testament of this place. Sorry guys. So I'm sitting back there. The name comes to me. And then my whole life changed. The life that, okay, I'm gonna use my book to fan because this is getting ridiculous. Then my life changed. Not just my name, my life changed. For those of you who don't know, Eman'on, if you look at it backwards, it says no name. No name. It was clever how Spirit did that. Because all my life, I thought I was to live by a name, a title, a code, by a reputation, by what, you know, my family said, my friends say, my teachers, my coaches, like everyone's giving me who I am, telling me who I am. And me, my earliest memory of life was at 4 years old, just being this young guy sitting under a tree, waiting on my spaceship to come pick me up, because I am not from here. I'm not. The evidence was clear to me. It was, man, I feel compassion for it. Like, I want to love, I want to help, I want to give. But no one else in my sphere was behaving that way. It was interesting because I was like, I don't belong here. I don't get it. And I'm 4 years old and I'm under this tree. I'm like, what? Like, no, somebody dropped me up. And I literally remember, yes, literally is a word. I've been using it for 10 years. I literally remember just feeling like, why did you leave me here? What am I doing here? And it was a peace that came over me that was just said, it was just very clear. Go within. And so I did. And so I tried to show up in life and be the person, be the thing, be that which everyone wanted me to be. And it worked out really well for me. I should say it worked out really well for everyone else. Really good for them. I was like, I'm here to be your dream come true. But everything in me was just like, I felt like, when do I get this returned? Like, when do I get to be the person who receives love and support and someone helps me on my dream? Like, when does that happen? And it hurt my feelings when I was around between 7 and 10. Some events in my life happened that solidified, you know what? I just need to just be who everyone else wants me to be. Let me just put all this, y'all. I put it in a box and just put it away because, you know, it hurt. It hurt. So I was like, I think whatever I'm here to do is more precious than allowing it to just be a punching bag, you know? So I tucked all of this away and became your dream come true, became everyone else's wish. Like, what do I need to do? What kind of bridge do I need to be? Do I need to be a garbage can? What do I need to do to help you, basically? Because how I was raised, you know, especially in my culture and where I'm from, born in the South, raised in the West, it was just like, you know, the kids, we don't get a say in anything. Like, you just don't. That's just the code. You don't get to have an opinion. You don't get to have a dream. You don't get to do anything. Listen closely, kids. I'm trying to help you. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. I'm sure your life is great. So it was like very difficult to just feel like, I'm here and I'm suffering on the inside. Oh, thank you. Wow. Look at that. Wow, 2. All right. One for this service and the next service. Thank you so much. So I'm trying to set you guys up for just giving you some context and my background as to why I really feel like intuition is God's plan for all of us. And it is a customized, tailor brand identity that only you have. Like it's God's grace. It's like Spirit's grace saying, I'm giving this thing to you. Like no one else knows this. This is yours. This is yours. This when you hear this voice, when you hear this, when you feel this, this is yours. When you feel you have to go wait, what's my rep? This is right? Left. Okay. When you feel you want to go left, is that you guys' left? Oh my gosh. Wait, okay, yes. I'm sorry. When you want to go left, when everyone else is going right, trust left. Thank you. I was just checking to make sure Ames was paying attention. But trust that. That's your code. That's your social security number. That's your identity. That's only for you. And so it's the grace that Spirit showed me that I'm going to get back to the story about the name change, the life change. But I just wanted to say this real quick because it just came to me. When you're into it, God's into it. I wish I could have wrote it up there because it's clever how I saw it in my head. When you're into it, I-N-T-U-I-T, intuitive, God's into it, I-N-T-O-I-T. God's into whatever you're into. It's, when you're into it, when you are just trusting your intuition, when you are that, notice the wording. Thank you, Spirit. Notice the wording when you're into it, not when you're doing it, not when you're like achieving and accomplishing to find your intuition, like not when you're having to do these actions or you don't have to do anything. It's just that when you are into it, God's into it. So when you're into it and you go left, guess what? God's going to be left with you. Left, right, left. Isn't that powerful? And here's the thing. This is going to hold you all accountable. Why isn't that good enough? Why isn't when you feel that presence in you, that you hear that voice to say, do this, why isn't that good enough? It is? Then why is there doubt? Right? If I was to ask you and look at you in your eye and ask you to be honest and say, hey, are you absolutely living your best life right now? According to your plan and intuitive guidance? Are you doing that? It is amazing. I just finished my doctorate in May, my PhD. Thank you. And it was completely not the direction I wanted to go. At that time, for 20 years, I know I look 20, right, but 46. But for 20 years now, I've been working with kiddos with autism and individuals with developmental disabilities and just, my heart's always been for the vulnerable population. It doesn't matter. And what I think is vulnerable is like someone who is filled with self-doubt, self-criticism, all that stuff. That's a disability as well. So I've always had a heart for that population. And so when Spirit showed me when I was in Carlsbad, California on the beach, and I got this I had just signed up for my PhD program. This was in 2021. And I didn't know what I was going to study. I was just like, I don't even know what I'm going to research because I'm just doing this because it's cool. You know, it's like I have a cool title, Dr. Nate at the time. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. That's the highest, you know? And so I'm on the beach and I'm thinking like, well, you know what? It makes sense to just do what I've always done. Let me do research on this vulnerable population, people with disabilities and blah, blah, blah. And I heard it clearly. Spirit said to focus on fathers. Focus on men. Focus on dads. And at the time, still now, I was divorced. I was distant from my son, my only son. He was, 5 at the time. So I was like, I was just so triggered by this whole thing about focusing on men when my whole thing was about, I'm frustrated that when I needed help and reached out and had resources, no one helped me. Because guess what I was told? Wait a minute, you're a man. You're not depressed. What do you mean? And so I'm looking like, hey, where are the resources for men going through depression and you know, feeling this way, blah, blah, blah. And there was none. There was none, like zilch. There was one place that was in the world, and I don't know where it was at, but there was one place that had it was a 24 care shelter for men only. Just one. And then it all started to make sense. Why I needed to understand that I was here to do something different. I'm not from here. Like this little box that I put everything in came out in that moment where it was just like the care and how you feel and how you want to show up in the world and what you want to bring to the world. Here's what it's for now. Because there is a generation and there is a gender that's not being seen. And so it was at that moment where I really said, okay, I guess this is the cross I got to bear. And trust me, I didn't want to. I didn't. That's why I asked you, why is there doubt? If this genetic code, if this customized plan for my life is God's plan for my life, why am I questioning that? That's when I begin to understand why the doubt happens, why is that much more important to trust yourself, to trust your gut, to trust your na'au. I got a tattoo on my stomach that says, live in na'au. Wrote a song about it, want me to sing it? No, I'm joking. But yeah, live in na'au. Na'au is just that inner gut, it's a Hawaiian word, na'au, but you know, live in the now. It's a play on words, very poetic. You'll learn in my new book, right? Speaking of, let me just do this real quick, a quick promo. And I'm almost done. It's crazy. Like, I'm almost done. I just feel, because I want to get to some music and it's a couple of more things I want to do. But with this book, all it is it's answers to questions, and then it causes you to question those answers. That's what this is. This is 15 years of me trying to heal myself and entrusting this intuition and taking down notes. Because I don't know how to write books. I just express. So this is between 15, 20 years of me just waking up in the middle of the night, writing down a line or two, Spirit, just all downloads. So I have a few copies. You can get them on Amazon as well, but donation-based, whatever, you know what I mean? This is an act of love, so just wanted to put that out there. Okay, where was I at? Where was I at? Yes. Thank you. Okay. So I began to learn that being guided with my intuition, and is everyone clear on what I'm saying, what I think intuition is? Just want to make sure. It's God's grace. It's saying, hey, man, you ain't from here, bro. Like, yeah, I got some different plans for you. So here's the grace that I'm going to give you. If you follow this plan, it'll cover you in those times of when you're depressed and when you're, these women don't know how to act. How you doing, baby? Shout out to my wife in Finland right now who's watching. It's like 10 p.m., but no, but yeah, it was like, hey, here's the grace that will cover you. If you follow this, if you go within, you'll never go without. Which became my philosophy, because remember, at 4 years old, I got to go within. But it took me, I'm 46 now, so it took 42 years for me to learn, oh, wow, if I go within, I'll never go without. Because the whole time I was going within, I was still looking externally outside myself to try to make things work, to try to just figure it out. Wait a minute, they're saying I should do it this way, so let me do it this way, but everything in me is saying, go this way. And I'm like, doesn't make sense. Everyone's doing it. So, juggling. That's why I asked, why isn't that enough? When you hear that voice, when you hear that guidance, when it's just something you want to do. You know what? I drink coffee in the morning because I just want to. Does nothing for me. Like, it's a laxative, if anything. Seriously. I don't get hyper. I don't get alert. It's just cool, man. I watched movies growing up in the 80s, and I'm like, everybody had a cigarette and some coffee. And I was like, man, when I get big, I'm going to have a coffee. I didn't do the cigarette thing. I tried to smoke a cigarette when I was 6 years old. My mom smoked all her life. She quit 10 years ago, but I just remember being like, man, I'm going to see what that's like. And that was the last time. I was like, I'm good. I don't know what you see in this lady, but I'm good. How am I doing on time? How am I doing on time? Like, yeah? Okay. We're in a... Thank you. Now, there you go. If you go within, you'll never go without. You go within, you'll never go without. You'll never go without economics, you'll never go without relationship, you'll never go without peace if you go within. You'll never lack anything. You'll never have a reason to just question yourself anymore. And you won't even... Here's the other cool part about intuition is that it's so much about me that I don't even have to be worried about what you got going on. Like, I can just be in this little moment, in my little peaceful moment, because if it's God's grace, that means it's beneficial to me and everyone. I don't see a loving spirit of harmony and balance saying, hey, only like these people. You know what I mean? Only be here. This is what made me different at 4 years old, because I kept running into situations where everyone was saying, no, we do it this way. We don't do it like them. Oh, they this. I'm like, in my little 4, 5, 6-year-old brain, I'm like, man, that seems contradictory. It's a little off. God is love, but doesn't love them? All right. God is love and wants us to just speak up and express, but when I do it, I'm shut down? Tell you guys a quick story about a young preacher. I heard this long time, 2015, a young preacher who's a lot like me. And trust me, I did not want to be a preacher. I don't even consider myself a preacher. Again, titles mean everything to me, nothing to me. But this story was just it resonated so much in my life. So this young preacher, man, he grew up in church. He just had this calling. He just felt like he's going to be a preacher. That's all he wanted to do, was just spread God's love and God's message and just encourage people. And so he studied the Bible. He served in communities and church. Like, he did the thing, right? Hoping for the chance to just have his moment to just preach. served under his pastors, man, for years, learned how to just be the church. And he finally got his opportunity where the head pastor came and said, hey, you're going to speak this Sunday. Get prepared. This guy was excited, man. He started a lot like me this morning or the last couple of weeks, preparing, researching, trying to dial his message down, make it perfect. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good on that Sunday. I'm going to wow them. That was his thinking, because it was like, man, this is what I want to do. I'm going to wow them. I'm going to impress them. So that Sunday comes, and everyone's excited, man. It's like, man, he's finally going to do his thing. And he's excited. So he goes up to the pulpit as if this is more, imagine there's more steps. So he's like trotting up there, and he's just, hey, everybody, I'm going to sing a song about ding-a-ling and blah, blah, blah. And, that was it. I'm glad he said Eman'on's going to sing it and not show it. So thank you for saying it. So this guy, he's excited. He's just like, yeah, I got my notes and boom, 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 boom. And he goes to speak, and he's fumbling his words. He's sweating profusely. He's lost track of where he's even going. Doesn't know his right from his left. And so finally the sermon he's done. And he walks off, just head bowed and just feeling humiliated but humbled. And after the service, he goes to the head pastor, obviously for feedback. And he's like, what? I don't understand it. This is all I knew to do. I thought I was called to do this. Like, what happened? And the head pastor looked at him and was just like, if you would have went up on the pulpit the way you came down, you would have came down from the pulpit the way you went up. Y'all get that? It's powerful. If you wouldn't have went up, remember, he came down humbled, full of grace, understanding, like, oh man, this isn't as easy as, whatever he was thinking. But he was just in such a place of like, I get it, okay, humbled. If he would have went up to send the message to the people, humbled, and just did what was on the inside, not thinking about how that preacher did it or how they say I should do it, if he would have just remained humble, full of grace, focused on his thing, just what is God saying to me to say? If he would have did that, he would have closed his notes, came down, right? So, in closing, this last story, I was in Eau Valley, and then I'll go back to my name change. I was in Eau Valley this morning, spent the whole morning. Well, I get up early anyway. I get up about between 3, 4, 5 in the morning, every morning. And so I was there this morning from like 6 to 8:45 or something like that. Just having a nice, just breather. Because I was that young man. I was like, oh man, I'm going to preach and this and that, and I don't know what And I think I text Reverend Blaine, and Reverend Blaine helped me because what was your message? He was like, hey, just imagine we're all naked. And then he's all, if that doesn't work, tell them to get naked. It's like, what? Unity Church has changed a lot. No, it's like, okay, my kind of place, all right. So anyway, I was up there, and I was having such a serene, peaceful moment, man. And it was quiet, and all of a sudden, there's just this brother with a I don't even know what truck it was. All I heard was bass. And music. And just completely not the scene that I was just in for the last hour or so. And the first thing that came to me was a smile. And the second thing that came to me was a thought. I don't want to repeat it in the house of the Lord, what that thought was. Something to do with his mother or something. I don't know. But that was the second, thing that came. And then that's when Spirit showed me what intuition truly is. What it really is. It's that thin layer within the skin before you actually do something, before you act, before the thought. What did I write down? It's before the thought. Yeah, the thought. The thought comes second. Hear what I'm saying? The thought comes second, and the actions come third. I'm giving you intuition right now. So my voice is intuition. May your thoughts be second, the second thing, but how we see it, how I was raised, thinking is first, thinking, and then do something, action. But Spirit is like, hold on, no, you, within the skin of that is something prior to it. We call it an antecedent in the field of behavioral health. There's an antecedent before these kiddos have a behavior. Something's going on before the thing happens, and then the consequence. So Spirit was showing me, hey, pay attention and make sure that people understand that when they're into it, I'm into it. And it's within that antecedent. It's the thing before the thing happens. It's like before you have a thought of judgment, what was before that? Before you criticize the sound man, what was happening before that? What was before the thought? Just like as I was in that space of serenity, presence, and then this month, stick with what's into it. It's not going to make sense to anyone else. It's not even going to make sense to you consciously. But it will show up, and it's always there. And the last thing I'm going to show, I wish I can. Are you able to pull up a picture real quick? Picture what? Of the FedEx sign, the logo. Everybody knows what the FedEx logo looks like? Oh, yeah. Yeah? The thing about the FedEx logo is that if you look closely, there's an arrow in there. Did you guys know that? See, that's why I wanted you to pull it up, man. I want you to... Let me see if it's on my phone. Anybody got a phone available? I want to show you this picture, man. I wish I can show it to you, but yeah, if you have a phone, pull it up on your phone, Google it. But look at the logo. There's an arrow within that logo. It's between the E and the X. And when it was pointed out to me, it changed my life, just like this name change, this moment that I had right here, changed my life because I couldn't unsee it. I couldn't unsee it now. You got it? Yeah. Pass your phone around to the class so they can know. No, it's okay. I couldn't unsee this arrow now. I was like, wait a minute. When did they put that in? No, that's always been there. It's always been there. Look at that. That's the intuition. It's always been there. Here's how I know it's always been there, because when I researched that arrow and FedEx and the company and the story behind why they intentionally put that arrow there, it was just that symbolic, it was symbolic for them to say to their clients, we're just going to keep moving forward. We're going to get your package to the destination. Like the arrow was moving forward. Rain, sleet, or snow. We'll get your package to the destination. It was intentional. Much like intuition is. It's always there. It's always been there. You've always had it. You've always heard it. That's worth trusting to me. Like if something's been there all my life, and then every time I trust it, things work out, how come that I need to be more consistent then? Right? And that's what I've learned to do. It's just to be more consistent with going within and trusting. Just trusting, that's all. Because it's either going to work or it's going to work. But it's worth it. It's not about being caught up in the how, more so in the why. That's all. Why is this happening? That's all. I don't need to know how this is going to happen or how I got into this thing or what. Just why is this happening? And I saw the logo right there. I thought it was going on the screen. You see the arrow though, Reverend Blaine? You see it? Right there. Oh, what happened? You just had it there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The AI of Mike. I could be patient because I really want you guys to see. It'll make me feel better. Like, oh, wow, I did the thing, God. Okay, I said the thing. That will make me feel better. And I should have been more prepared, like I was telling Reverend Blaine, but I'm no good at this. I'm no good at trying to be good anymore. Just, Ames, you want to come up? Let's jam for a little bit. I'm just no good at trying to be good anymore. Like trying to be good anymore. But there you see, man, taking my message, man. I've just gotten gooder at knowing that it's all good, no matter what. There it is. Yeah, there you go. You guys see? Okay, you see the E and the X. You see the arrow. No one sees. When you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Right there. You guys see that? They just did that this morning. No, it's always been there. It's always been there. So when Spirit is saying, like Spirit was saying to me, all my life, it's always been there. This thing that you want, how I am right now has always been there. The action was me tucking it away. I wasn't guided to tuck it away. That was me, my outside external conditioning, learning how to protect, tucked it away. Spirit said nothing to do that. So
why don't we try and bring this thing to a closing for today, and I invite you to stand and take a deep breath, and we'll say and pray the prayer for protection together. And let's say it together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Thank you.
Where I live, they're all raised.